What's going on, guys? Gobs of Bacon here today just to give you a quick tutorial on the steps that I took to get your map to where you want it to be. I'm not saying this is the way it has to be done. I'm just saying if you are lost and you want to make a map but you don't know where to go after you have gotten your terrain how you want it, this should help you out. So we're just going to go ahead and step into the editor here. And I already got a map made. I did have a map made. There we go. So a lot of people would normally do is they get this map. We're just going to pretend it's a large map. And they're like, alright, so terrain, which, you know, is where you normally do it. Big one. And then they might go lower and start adding rivers or whatever, you know, chopping things off. Anyways, I'm not saying this is the wrong way to do it, but this is not how I did it. And so we're just going to go ahead and do it that way. So the first thing I always do is I draw out my map. You know, I get a piece of paper, pencil, and I get an idea of what I want it to look like. If I want it to look like Switzerland or something like that. And then I will sit there and I will look at it, and I get a decently small brush size, strength all the way up, and I will trace it out. And I'm just going to pretend I already drew this map. And a lot of people, you know, they might do the whole fill up the map and then trace out the outside of it, which I'm not saying it was wrong, but the reason why I'm doing it like this is because the mistakes that come up, or just the natural of you raising it, will give your map some definition and some uniqueness that I think every map should have, and that is why I prefer to just raise it like this. So I think that'll do. Whatever. Also, you if you plan on having a big map, try to have some bigger areas open. I know I didn't have many here. This is also a small area to make terrain, but you're gonna need places to put cities and stuff. So we'll say this is our map right here. Boom. Now, what I do after here is I go ahead and I bake the materials. As you can see, a lot of it's sand, some of it's mountains, blah 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 blah. And some people flatten it. I didn't. I kind of like having just some natural terrain already there. But the next thing I do is I get an idea of where I want my towns to be at. So I come over here to the road material, and I decide, okay, I'm gonna have a town here. Let's get a larger brush size so this doesn't take forever. I want a town here. I want a town here. I want a town over here. And, you know, this could also be bases too. And I want a town here. And sure, that'll work. So these are where I want my towns. Now, I lower the size and I draw the roads. So we're going to have a road coming through these two mountains here, coming to this city. A road coming near the beach between these two mountains to connect to this road. Kind of want these to connect, so in the future, you know, I could expand the edge of this out, going on the coast, fill this up with mountains to block out the view. Have it go this way, across to the town, and now I got an idea of where to put some bridges, you know? Maybe I can widen this out a little bit more and have a tiny city or residential area here, and have a road come through. You know, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. This is just me guesstimating it in a few seconds. You know, then maybe have it connect back on this bridge-like terrain here. Now the next thing that I would do is I would go in and I would make one full town. I wouldn't go around and start putting in all the buildings to every single city. And the reason why is because everyone's going to want to detail their buildings. You know, they're going to want to put couches and everything in your town. And it's a lot easier if you go ahead and you make your town and you add in the details now, and then you just copy and paste the place. So I'm just going to put a couch in here somewhere random because I don't want to waste too much time. But there, we got a couch. Let's just pretend this whole place is furnished. And say we want to use this house somewhere else. Or say if this is a diner fully furnished and we want to put a diner somewhere else, just click and drag, copy it, Control C, Control V, go to where you want your next diner or whatever to be at. So let's say we want in this town over here, and then E. There you go. Now you don't have to sit there and decorate everything over and over again, but if you do want to have some definition, then by all means just, I know that doesn't look realistic at all, but you know, you can easily just come in here and rotate it, whatnot. And it saves you a lot of time because you won't have to come in here and search it every single time to get what you need. That's just why I want you know, if you had dumpsters on the outside, you could even copy things on the outside and put there. Now I haven't baked the materials, or not the materials, I have not baked the details of the resources yet just because I don't want them getting in the way. They're going to bake on the grass or, you know, sand, and they're going to get in the way of me placing objects and stuff, and it's a mess, and I don't want that to happen. I also haven't added in any items or zombies yet because I might change the map later, and I don't want to have to go back in and delete the spawns just to fix that issue. But this should give you guys an idea of how to start your map, you know, because now you have a basic layout of what you want, you know, and you can come in here and maybe add some more swerves to the roads, and after you have your towns in, you know, you can come here to terrain and heights and maybe shorten that brush size a little bit, and then just come here and paint these mountains. You know, you can have them super jagged if you want around the town, or, you know, block the view there. Maybe make it come up here and slowly graduate going down. Same over here. You know, wear it down a little bit, whatever. Whatever you want to do to make it how you want it. But already, look, we could have a nice town right here and then just bake the road on later. And I haven't baked the roads on yet just because, you know, the terrain's not flat and smoothened out, and it could make the roads all glitchy, and we don't want that either. So I hope this helped you guys start on making your maps. Thanks for watching. Please rate and subscribe. This is Gobs of Bacon, and see you later.